Hey guys, HTV here and welcome to a brand new video. Today we have some pretty big things to go over. A huge Nintendo Direct rumor has dropped regarding everything that we're going to be seeing in this alleged Nintendo Direct, which goes over Pokemon Classic Collections, Black and White remakes. We also have some new Pokemon events that have been announced and a few other things to go over as well. There's a lot of things to break down today, so if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, let's go over a couple of brand new Pokemon events and announcements. The first one is about Pokemon Unite, and Latios is going to be coming to the game on the 18th of July. So that is only 10 days away from now. We've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, Pokemon Unite is to add Latios as a playable Pokemon on the 18th of July 2025. So yeah, that is next Friday. Latios is going to be available, and then of course 4 days later we are going to get the Pokemon Presents. And then as well as that, for Pokemon TCG Pocket, you can get 24-pack hourglasses by redeeming this code. So we've got Cerebi here tweeting out saying, Cerebi update, a special code has been released for TCG Pocket to get 24-pack hourglasses, and you have until the 31st of August 2025 at 2:59 UTC to redeem this. So the code is 33V33S5MM3R, and you basically just have to go to the sort of gift code official website page. You put that in, then you put the support ID in as well, and then it will just send it to your gift box. If you just go to the Cerebi account, you'll be able to find the link there. But yeah, it's literally just I guess you could just type in, I don't know, gift code official website Pokemon TCG Pocket, and you should be able to get to the correct page. But anyway, that's the code. 2 free packs, definitely worth redeeming. But those are the latest Pokemon events and announcements. Moving on, we have a pretty bad update to go over regarding the future of physical Pokemon games. You may be spending a little bit more on them if you are living in the US. We have Centro Leaks here tweeting out saying that the president of America has announced a new 25% tariff to all Japanese imports to the USA starting on the 1st of August. So physical Nintendo Switch games are imported from Japan. So if the tariffs were to stick, Nintendo games will get a 25% more expensive in the US. So don't get like super worried as of right now, because there's a few things that have to actually, I guess, happen for this to generally affect these physical games. So obviously, the president, he has said that, 25% tariffs, yada, yada, yada. That's, again, happening from the 1st of August. Japan can always kind of combat that, and then they can kind of, I guess, make middle grounds or something like that to I guess, make the tariffs not as bad. And if that was the situation, then, of course, they wouldn't get that 25% hike increase. As well as that, they could just, I guess, eat the damage. So the Nintendo games would stay at their price, which are already really expensive, by the way, for the Nintendo Switch 2. But then they just take the hit themselves, and they're like, okay, it's going up by 25%. We're just going to deal with that, and then we're just going to still sell it at the price that we're already selling at. Because I don't think they can really increase it anymore, because you're already paying about $80 for a Nintendo Switch 2 game, which is already very expensive. You add an extra 25% on that, you're paying $100 for a physical game. So obviously everybody's going to go digitally, because it's just going to be so much cheaper, because $100 for a physical Nintendo Switch 2 game is going to be very, very overpriced. But we'll obviously see what happens with this. Again, maybe Japan kind of sorts it out. Maybe they just take the kind of cost themselves. We'll have to wait and see. But if we get any more information about this, of course, I will bring it to you. But this doesn't just affect Pokemon. I mean, this affects every kind of Nintendo game or any game at all that's made in Japan and then gets imported into the US is going to get hit by this 25% increase. So it's any kind of potential Japanese game, which is not good. So obviously we'll keep you up to date with this, but yeah, I wanted to kind of keep you guys in the loop with this announcement, because it is a little bit scary. It's obviously terrible because the games are already so much more expensive than they, I guess, should be, but they could be getting more expensive. Like I say, we'll keep you in the loop with it, but I wanted to bring you that information anyway. Moving on, we have another Nintendo update from the investor meeting, which happened a couple of weeks ago. We have Go Nintendo tweet here tweeting out saying Nintendo dodges question about the potential for reviving a Club Nintendo-like service. So this was posted on Go Nintendo tweet saying a very exclusive club. So during its 85th annual general meeting of shareholders, Nintendo was asked about the potential to offer its fans something closer to the Club Nintendo service for limited edition goods and services. Nintendo President Shintaro Furukawa fielded the question, but didn't really respond to potential for such a service to return. Instead, he focused on Nintendo's goals to reach more people around the world and said the company will look into ways to better achieve this. So the question was, are you considering providing limited edition goods and services for core Nintendo fans or community services for fans similar to the Club Nintendo you previously operated? And then I'm very grateful that so many people support us as fans. Among the initiatives we are currently undertaking, we believe that our core fans will also enjoy our developments to increase the number of people that who have access to Nintendo IP, including the Nintendo Museum, in order to improve our medium to long-term corporate value and achieve sustainable growth. I feel that it is important to increase the number of fans around the world and build a system that can maintain long-term connections with them. In addition to increasing the satisfaction of our fans, we will continue to research better ways to do this. So quite sus that it kind of dodged the question there. Maybe they are bringing something like this back and they just don't really want to announce anything about it soon. But yeah, it's definitely going to be something to keep an eye out for because, yeah, the Club Nintendo was really, really cool. So hopefully they bring something like that back very, very soon. But either way, that's another Nintendo update from the investor meeting. Finishing things off today, we have a massive Nintendo Direct rumor to go over. As you can see, there is a lot of text on the screen on this 4chan post. Of course, it is a 4chan post, so take it with a grain of salt. It is going, I guess, over this Direct, which is potentially happening this week. They do say that it is going to be dropping on the 10th of July, which is in a couple of days. There was no announcement for a Nintendo Direct today, but there could be an announcement tomorrow for Thursday. And again, it makes sense for it to be this week because we have DK Bonanza next week and then the Presents the week after. They could do a Direct at the end of the month, but I feel like if they do one now, it's just like one last good sort of massive promotion for DK Bonanza, as well as getting out all of the new games that people can look forward to as well. But anyway, take it with a massive grain of salt. It's just titled Nintendo Direct Leak. It was posted yesterday. So yeah, the date of the Direct is the 10th of July. So like I said, a couple of days. We've actually covered two rumors now, which have spoke about the 10th of July being the Nintendo Direct. This is completely different to that other rumor, though they've both just basically said the same date. So the Direct actually opens with Five Nights at Freddy's Secret of the Mimic. This will also come to the announcement of a new physical edition of the FNAF games, all available on the Nintendo Switch 2 with upgraded visuals, mouse-con controls, and an art book of a new... Oh no, yeah, just an art book. So some Five Nights at Freddy stuff apparently coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 with upgraded visuals, mouse controls, everything like that. And then it says, big moment up next. Miyamoto and Koizumi introduced the Direct, revealing the Mario 40th anniversary logo, saying they have many celebrations planned for the Red Plumber, including a first teaser of a brand new Mario Sunshine game. The trailer starts with the camera panned to the sun, slowly going down and showing FLUDD on a beach, presumably Delfino, and it ends with a 2026 fade out. You can also see Shadow Mario faintly in the background. So I don't think this is like the big 3D Mario platformer, because surely this would be something that they'd announce at the end of the Direct, not literally the second thing. But yeah, I mean, hey dude, I love Mario Sunshine. I would love another version of it. But I'm pretty sure it's just come to the GameCube though, or it is on its way to the GameCube. So I don't know why they would. Or maybe they've done that because they are bringing a new Mario Sunshine game. Who knows? But either way, that's the I guess a new Mario game. And then it says, as expected, Mario Kart World will announce its big 2.0 update. It will be themed all around Donkey Kong Bonanza that features Diddy Kong, Funky Kong, and King K. Rool. It will have a DK Country track, which will be a whole new area added to the free roam. The update will also include 200cc new P-block challenges, a tracker for free roam, costumes, Pauline outfits, and they announced more updates will be coming for free throughout 2025. No news on spectator or versus racers taking priority. Interesting that this would be a free update though. I feel like they wouldn't give a free update of a new track, loads of new free roam stuff, and a ton of new characters as well. I think it's very unlikely they would give that for free. I think you would have to pay for that. But yeah, I mean, look, DK's only got like one outfit. I think the fact that we barely have any of these characters does kind of raise the question that when are they going to add them? I just don't see why they wouldn't. So maybe they are just waiting for like a big game to come out. Like if an Animal Crossing game came out, then they would drop Villager and stuff in Mario Kart World. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, it'd be nice if we did get this big DK update. And then it says, Genshin Impact on the Switch 2 Finally, this will come with a Hoyoverse segment announcing ZZZ and Honkai Star Rail will also... I don't know if I'm butchering these names. I've never played Genshin Impact. Will also be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 later this year. They will also tease the new project, which is the Pokemon-esque gacha they're working on. That's very interesting because we haven't... I mean, we do know that there is a new app on the way, potentially, according to Riddler-Ku. So maybe it's something to do with this, but either way. It says, next up, there's a huge segment where Sakurai takes center stage. He talks about how he never takes a break and says he's actually here to show 2 projects. The first one obviously being Kirby Air Riders, which gets a full-blown trailer revealing the gameplay. From what I was told, it's basically what you would think a modern Air Rider would look like, but shows 20-player lobbies. City Trial looks massive and hinted single player. And as expected, the cast is focused on Kirby colors, over 20, Bandana D, Meta Knight, King DDD, Marks, Gui, Rick, Kine, and Ku. Release date is announced for the 4th of December 2025. He then acknowledges, we all know what we want to see. The screen fades one more time, revealing Smash Ultimate Switch 2 Edition, which includes a brand new fighter pass with 5 characters, but this time they're all revealed at once except for one that he wants to hide for a later date. The trailer shows Gino, the Ring Fit Pass trainer, Shadow the Hedgehog, and finally the Fun Gang. So Deltarune's main party of 3, I believe, as one. Releases early 2026. So Switch 2 edition of Smash Ultimate with a brand new fighter pass as well, which I think a lot of people would really, really like to see. Atlas segments, so Persona 3 Reload and Metaphor on the Switch 2, with a tease of Persona 4 Revival again, as well as a P5R Tactics and Strikers all getting paid graphic upgrade, which will be available now, so that would be shadow dropped on that day. And it says, now for a weird one, Nintendo announced Mario Galaxy 1+2 for the Nintendo Switch 2 as a HD release, but the gimmick is that they've reworked it, so that the galaxies from both games are all playable from Comet Observatory. This may be due to backlash from back in the day of 2 ruining the story. So no Starship Mario releases this November, big holiday game basically. And then we move on to Pokemon. So it says, Pokemon Director then shows up, reminding people to watch the presents taking place on the 22nd. It's then followed by a quick teaser of the legendaries from Black and White. Shouting then fades to black. And then it says Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, and Emerald, no Ruby and Sapphire, weirdly enough, all announced for Nintendo Switch Online. So something to do with Black and White remakes, which I assume if they drop that, that means that they would be announced in the presents, a couple weeks later. But yeah, then there's this classic collection as well. I don't think any Pokemon's going to get announced in this Nintendo Direct. Maybe if the Direct was like last month or something, but we're literally getting a presents in 14 days. Why would they drop all this stuff? And then, I obviously it would have like more information about it in the Pokemon Presents, but those are big things to kind of like drop. So for them to just drop it in Nintendo Direct where they don't need to, I just don't feel like it's really going to add up. But either way, I just want to see a classic collection. I think it's very, very unlikely. And then it says, wild announcement here, Captain Toad returns. The trailer starts with him grabbing the turnips. The camera zooms out as he tosses them in a wagon to take home. Then cuts to Captain Toad's Power Star Garden, showing all sorts of planting, meeting side characters in towns, including Koopas, Yoshis, Toads, and Moo-Moos. It says small dungeons and online co-op with Toadette, released early 2026. And then it says Paper Mario Peculiar Pencils is announced. The game features no partners, no level up system, white outlines on every characters, Toads as the prominent characters, and features a pencil-based combat system where you use pencils to draw your desired action in battle, obviously using the mouse con controls, but that could also work with motion or drawing with your hand in handheld mode. Releases 2026. So this just screams like Draw to Life. I don't know if you ever played Draw to Life. It was a really cool game. I had it on the DS, and you literally got to just draw everything. So every situation you'd have, like, they'd give you like an outline, and then you just drew whatever you wanted in it. So you could draw like a sword or a staff or whatever. And it was a really, really cool game. It was a really creative game. And for something like that to be with Paper Mario would honestly be really, really cool. And then he goes on to say the Metroid segment, Metroid Prime 4 gets a new trailer, release date of the 30th of October. Prime 2 and 3 gets a re-release, but it's not as good looking as Prime 1. Prime 2 shadow drops and Prime 3 gets released on the 7th of August. And then it says footage is shown of the next SpongeBob SquarePants video game by Purple Lamp Studios. SpongeBob and Patrick are the 2 playable characters. The game heavily features the Flying Dutchman and releases in December as a tie-in to the Search for SquarePants movie. And then it says Sizzle Reel, more exciting than usual, showing more Nintendo games, or Nintendo games getting free upgrades, as well as third parties including the Xenoblade games, Pikmin 3, Mario Wonder, Sonic Superstars, Silksong, yeah, they show it again, Sonic Frontiers, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Pokemon Sword and Shield, Minecraft, and more. Splatoon Raiders gets shown with a full-blown trailer. It's basically a survival game. Gather resources, cool story missions, new weapons are shown, including the long request paint spray. 2-player online co-op campaign will be the only multiplayer option for the game. And it says the one more thing is a reveal of an Earthbound Claymation remake, and Mother 3 finally coming to GBA NSO outside of Japan. Toby Fox will be involved with the project. Again, I feel like with a direct this big, they'd have to finish it off with a really, really big game. Again, it's been rumored that if we do get this Nintendo Direct, it's going to have Animal Crossing. Again, there's no mention here of Pokemon Colosseum, which has also been heavily rumored to be shadow dropped during a Nintendo Direct. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of information here. This clearly took a long time to write, whether it's fake or real. They put a lot of thought into it. I mean, I'd like it to be real, because Pokemon Classic Collection, Black and White Remake, Sword and Shield getting a Switch 2 edition. Yeah, I mean, just from the Pokemon standpoint, there's a lot of really cool things. I just don't think it's real. I feel like it's more of a wish list, really. Again, we still hopefully will get a Nintendo Direct this week, but yeah, I don't think this is going to be what we're seeing in it. But either way, that's going to be everything for today's video. Let me know your thoughts on everything we covered. What are your thoughts on this rumor? Do you think this Nintendo Direct is true, or do you think it's just going to be this is just all completely fake? Let me know your thoughts on the Nintendo Club thing, the raised prices for physical Nintendo and Pokemon games, and then also make sure to redeem your pack hourglasses. And then, yeah, July 18th, Latios come to Pokemon Unite. But thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, drop a like down below. It's trying at 500. Leave a comment, subscribe if you're brand new, ring the notification bell for daily Pokemon content. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and until next time, peace.